It's kit unboxing day. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I am going to be unboxing the latest card kit from Simon Says Stamp. I'm going to show you what's in it, let it percolate, and then I'm going to make 6 cards. 6. It's a really good kit. There will be timestamps below in the description box. So if you want to jump around or jump ahead or come back to something, I got you. To see my unboxing and card makes, stick around. It's coming up next. Commence the unboxing. Right. Ooh, oh my goodness. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm gonna do a little magical flip-de-doo here. Let's see, where's the letter? Hold on here. This is our December 2022 card kit called Joy to You and Yours. Joy to You and Yours. So let's see what we have in here. Oh my gosh, you're gonna get lumberjack plaid in a small cube, which is not available right now in a small cube. I'm sure it will come out eventually, but what a fun thing to have in the kit. Okay, that's fantastic. All right, well, let's just start here and work our way down. You're going to get a 3D embossing folder called Fir Tree Branches. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Such a nice winter theme. It's just so much easier to see here on the back what they look like. So, fir tree branches. We have a die that looks like a Santa head and some candy canes. Oh my gosh. Look at this Santa. Oh, that is so cute. This is a Santa Claus die. So it looks like you get the backer and then you can piece in all of the pieces. Oh, that's adorable. And you're getting some Tim Holtz Idea-Ology candy canes. Oh, that's fun. I've never put a candy cane on anything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here, don't look. Close your eyes. Now you are going to get one beautiful A2 white envelope, all purpose, always usable. Let's take a look. Oh my, we have foil in here, but we also have some beautiful patterned paper. You're going to get 8 double-sided sheets of paper from Prima's Candy Cane collection. So let's take a look at this paper. Oh, look at those colors. That is a gorgeous chunky stripe. So let's just take a look at them. Oh, I love the graphic stripes and dots. So this has a real vintage feel. And then flip it for a beautiful pattern. Oh gosh, look at that. So cute. Other side, cute pattern. Oh, that's nice. Oh, little Christmas stockings. And the other side, love that. Love that. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Like, that's a card or that's a card. Actually, I'm kind of drawn to that. Like, literally just cut that out and turn it into a card. Look at the cute reindeer on the back. That's very, very cute. I actually want to set that there so I don't forget about it. Little baby tags. Little small cutouts. Look at that beautiful paper. Oh, I hate when one side is so good. Oh, look at these actual little taggers. You could fussy cut those. Oh, that's very fun. Oh, and look at that. That is gorgeous. What a fun collection of pattern papers. Oh, that's neat. I'm going to take these chunky patterns and keep them on top. And just set that aside. Okay, with my candy canes. All right. Now it looks like you're going to get a holiday combo of foil transfer sheets. We've teamed up with iCraft and Decofoil along with Simon Says Stamp. silver, gold, red, and green, 2 sheets of each color. And look at this. Adhesive transfers. Now, what is so cool about this is you do not need heat. You can do this with pressure only. In fact, I think I'm going to do that today with pressure only. And probably, well, it does say, okay, laminator, to vellum or acetate. I think when I did this in the last unboxing, I had great success with just pressure. So I might try that. That is fun. Okay, already so packed, we could stop here, right? But let's keep going. The stamp set is called, well, actually there's a piece underneath it. Let me pull this out. Oh, I think this is white velvet. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 sheet of white velvet paper. Oh my gosh. It is, can you see the velvetness of it? Oh, that's very fun. That is so fun. Okay, velvet paper. You're going to come over here. Now we can reveal the stamp set. So this is called Joy to You and Yours, the namesake of the kit. And I would assume there are coordinating dies, which I will be sure to link below, but we don't include those in the kits. So let's flip it and take a look. Oh my goodness. A classic holiday vintage goodness set. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is so cool. Look at the big merry and bright. And look at this detailed, elaborate, beautiful holiday foliage and pine cone. These are so beautiful. And then really beautiful small sub-gradings as well. Wow, that is a really gorgeous stamp set. It's got a real vintage vibe to it, but not so much so that someone who didn't, vibe on the vintage wouldn't love it. All right, let's take a look at our cardstock. You are going to get 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 Simon Says stamp, Schoolhouse Red, which is a beautiful red. I have been reorganizing in my new studio, and I was so happy that I had extra sheets of this. And a piece of Neenah Classic, or Neenah Solar White Classic Crest in the 110 pounds. So that's a look at the Joy to You and Yours December Card Kit. So much, let's see, I'm trying to create a fan here. So much goodness here. Oh my goodness, look at that. I seriously think I'm going to start by making a card out of that. And again, gorgeous stamp set, candy canes, velvet paper. I've never used velvet paper. Santa. I already cannot wait to make a little card out of Santa. And of course, you've got your own mini distress ink of lumberjack plaid. This makes me so happy because this can go right into my cube tray. Oh, beautiful embossing folder. That is just lovely. And the adhesive transfers and holiday foil. This is a packed kit. I am kind of speechless, but what I'm going to do as I normally do, I'm going to let it all simmer before I begin making my cards. For my first card, I am going to start out so simply, which sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a panel from one of my A2 layers dies, and I am going to cut that out for my card. Here's the thing, when you get a great piece of pattern paper like this, and the reason I like the dies is I love that finished edge that you get. Go like that. And then this could be turned into a tag. I would save that and still have all this paper, but what I'm going to do is cut this first. So let me get my plate here. And we'll just, I guess though, I kind of want this to be not going all the way to the edge here. So I'm just going to come in, hold this in place, and cut close. Like that. And now I can just set that aside. That way, this is going to fit through my die cut machine really well. Put the plates on, and got my little die cut cam back here working again in the new studio. All right, and we have a beautiful panel cut for the card. Oh, I mean, just that alone, right, is so sweet. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my little guillotine trimmer here, and I guess I'll just take a piece of the white for now, and I'm gonna cut this down to be 4 1/4, like that. Okay. And see, I don't think, although, you know what might be nice? It might be nice to map this in just a little bit of red. So let's also cut a panel here. And we'll cut this here, right at 5 1/2. Like that. Set that aside, but now I do want to trim another panel here, and I want to go one size larger just to have a little bit of a, let's see here, like that. Yes, that would be nice. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to cut the whole piece. I don't mind that I'm going to use this whole piece of red. I do have more of this color in my collection of cardstock. So let's get this set up here. And we'll put our top plate on. I'm going to flip it this time like that. Open this up. There we go. Now I'm going to have a nice panel to put a nice mat on here. Get out some tape runner here. I hate to cover that up, but you know what? It's going to be fine, right? We're just going to make sure that we have the side that we want. Okay. Pick this up. Line this up to the best of my ability. Right like that. How does that look? Is that good? Yeah, that's so nice. Oh, I love it. And we're going to create a USA 2. So scoring it at 5 1/2. And fold it down. So the finished size is 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 inches tall. Okay. I've added some foam tape to the back. I'll take the backers off. Oh, that is so simple and so cute, right? I mean, it looks fancier than it is, but look at how fun that is from one piece of patterned paper. Now I could add a little shine, so let me grab some sequins. All I'm going to do is add a few silver sequins, the confetti style, over here in this cluster, just because I think this adds a nice bit of neutral shine. So a little dab of Connect glue and boop, pop that down, boop, pop that down, boop, I swallowed the boop. Oh, it's so cute. Boop, and one more right on the package. Boop, and that is my finished card number 1. I feel like this might be one of the fastest first cards that I've done, and I'm obsessed. Look how cute that is. Is it going to go uphill or downhill from here? I don't know, but look at that. The illustration is so sweet, and I guess the takeaway is always look to how you can crop any piece of pattern paper and turn it into a cute card like this. Plus, again, I can use a tag die that I have somewhere here in my stash and cut out a tag. So if I were making a package with, here's the card, and wrap it up in like, I don't know, like a white wrapping paper and put this on as a tag, it would be a really cute coordinated package. Okay, I just had to make a tag really quickly I just used one of my CZ Design nested tags, but then you have a cute little tag as well. All right, now we'll move on to the next card. For the next card, I have to do something with Santa. So I cut the head and the base apart, and I think what I'm going to do is just take half a sheet of this, would it be 2.5 or 4.25? You know what, math isn't really my strong suit. I'm gonna give it that much. Oh, I didn't really do that great of a cut, but that's okay. Perfect. All right, I'll set this aside. And now I have this paper, the velvet paper, because I want his beard to be velvet and I want his hat trim to be velvet. So let's see, I'm gonna try to do a better job cutting here. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay. And cut. Perfect. That was a little aggressive. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. Now let's do some die cutting because I feel like this can die cut beautifully, but I don't know that for sure, having never done it. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to cut, first of all, a nice base layer out of the white. That is where we will gather our friends. I'll set that aside. Now let's take the velvet and let's just cut up here. Get a little closer so we don't waste any of it. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling it's gonna do great. Maybe I should move down to a part on my plate because I'm always cutting into the same plate. And now this time I will flip it so that it's blade side up. All right, now let's see how this cuts. Where is my little poke out tool? Okay, we'll just, oh, that looks amazing. Look at that. So that's, we need that, and we need beard, and I don't think we need the eyes. We're gonna figure that one out later, but what I need is, well, right, those pieces, the hat, and that. All right, so that is going to go, although, no, because the beard and the mustache would all be the same, right? So these other pieces we will not be using. I'll go ahead and cut out more of the rest of the pieces here. And also, if anything's stuck, you can just use the poke holes to get that out. I also think it's cute that there's little twinkles here, so you know what? I might have to get a little bit of metallic cardstock for this, but I'll go ahead and do the rest of the die cutting and then we'll start to paper piece. So now it's time to glue the pieces, and I think I'm gonna start at the top here. And I think I'm gonna use liquid glue because it tends to be a little more forgiving, and you know, it helps you kind of line things up. So let's get that. Now this is the velvet, so this is a fuzzy little hat, right? I hope I get this on right, but we'll see. Okay, and I do think this might be open because if you look at the die, oh, I think I missed a piece of white from here. So I'm going to recut that out while I think about my What are we going to do for his eyes? Yes, there was a little bit here that I missed, and now that piece right there is going to fit right in there. Going to make sure this fits in. I knew there was something that was supposed to go there. And surely enough, there is. It's here, and it goes right there. Lots of nice facial hair surrounding our Santa. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with his eyes. Maybe I'll make little blue eyes for him, and then I could maybe put little dots inside his eyes so they don't look scary. We're making a choice here. But you know what I do think would look cute? I'm going to put one more layer on the mustache because I think that little extra dimension is so cute. Why waste a good mustache, you know? I think that's words to live by, really. All right, let's get you up here like that. And that's even more pronounced. Do I put little dots in Santa's eyes to make them white, or do I just say, Cathy, you're going for a graphic Santa look? No need. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen with this Santa, but I wanted to clean off my brush and let's get that tape out of the way. I want to do a little ink blend of lumberjack plaid. Now, I don't know, will this look beautiful behind Santa? This is so exciting. And that red is a perfect match to Schoolhouse Red. So we're going to try something here. Now we're going to start in the middle where Santa will be covering everything up, right? Like this. And then we'll just blend it out. I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. And then Santa is going to glow. Oh, I think that's really fun. So it can be darker in the center. We're just going to glow Santa out. Giving Santa a glow up, okay? Look at that, getting bigger. It'll get nice and soft. I may have gone out too far. Santa, glow up. That's so fun. Okay, I think I've done enough blending. Now I have to decide my greeting, but I'll tell you, I had an idea from the outset, and what it's probably going to be, I think I might just stamp Christmas greetings under Santa's head, and I might do it in silver to tie in with the silver speckles, right? But I'm gonna have to let this dry a little bit because I don't really want to have too much. In fact, I may even reblend it because I don't love that I went this far out. So if I'm going to get serious here, that will be underneath. Oh, I think it's going to be very cute. That is the glow I'm looking for. That is so much better than the other one. So we're going to let this sit, and then I will come back and stamp and emboss my greeting. I made a change. I decided just to put little pieces of black cardstock in there. I thought the blue looked kind of freaky, but what we're going to do next is some stamping. So let me get this off and we'll get set up in the MISTI. Well, let's see, right in the center here. Pick that up. Going to reposition. Powder this up. And what we're going to do is stamp with Simon Says Stamp Intense Black and then hit it with some clear embossing powder. That. Bring it down and transfer. And if I have to do it again, I will do it again to get a nice impression. I think I'm going to do it one more time here. Like that. I actually think this is going to be very funky, but we'll see. And kind of cool, hopefully. All right, how did that transfer? That looks great. Okay. And if it works like I think it will, this should look a little cloudy. Yep. Oh, look, that's what we did. Okay, so now it's a little cloudier. And we'll sprinkle on that powder like that. All right, and now we have a nice shiny greeting. Let's see if you can catch that with just a little dimension. So here I'm bringing Santa's head back in, and I'm just going to figure out the crop that I want, and I'm going to tape this down. Plus, running this through the die cut machine is going to help to flatten any warping that happened when I embossed. So I went ahead and put some tape runner on the back here, and we're just going to mount this. I have to be off to the side a little so I can easily see what I'm doing. And we'll just give that a nice little matte layer. So now I have my nice little matted panel. That looks good. I will put just a little bit of liquid glue so I have a little wiggle room. Like that. And let's place Santa with his beard dipping into the greeting box. So there's a little bit of pickup, right, from his eyes. It's really fun. Oh my goodness. I think this is so cute. All right. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do anything else with this card. Also, if you're ever using this velvet and you get anything on it, just take a piece of tape and it will clean Santa's beard or whatever it is you are using. So that is the finished card project. And again, the greeting has a little bit of shine to it, a little bit of textural dimension. And there you go, the floating head of Santa. All right, let's move on. I lied, I'm not completely done. I decided to take my little scrap of silver and cut out just a few more of these cute little inset twinkles that are on Santa. And I thought, you know what? We're just gonna go little tiny dollop of glue. Come on now. Like that. Now I can't really boop this, right? Because it's not a sequin, but I thought, well, let's get some glue on there first. Boop, well maybe. And then this friend right there. Boop. Oh, there we go. Now, there's just a series of twinkle going across the card. Okay, I think that was what was missing. That's the finished card. Now we move on. For the next card, I am going to do something with the adhesive transfers here and some of the foil. Now, you can use pressure or heat. Today, I'm going to plug in my Mink because, you know, it doesn't get enough attention. It really doesn't. So I'm going to do the heat process, but let's start by trimming out what I'm going to use on my card. Got my Mink here, and I always put it on the same board that I paint on just to protect my mat from warping. Turn it on. And let that warm up. I think what I want to use actually, gosh, they're both, it's all very pretty. And here's what they look like. So you have these pieces, right? And they have a backer, and they're basically adhesive, okay? So this is adhesive where you see the pattern or the image. And I think, although that's really pretty too. Oh, we're ready. You know what? I think I might change my mind. I was gonna do the wreath, but I think what I would like to do is cut out this gorgeous bloom. So you just cut it like that, okay? Look at that, that is beautiful. So what you do is you just release the backer, kind of figure out where it's gonna pull from. Backer comes off like that, okay? Now, we take this, don't touch the black areas, and we'll just place this onto our panel, okay? That is where it's going to go. Now, you do need to have, if you're doing the heat, you need some sort of carrier. I cut a piece of parchment paper, kitchen parchment, put a piece of cardstock in, and then I'll take another piece of cardstock just that I keep on the side to add a little more pressure, all right? Pop it in here, and now we feed it through the Mink, okay? In setting up my new studio, it's been fun to just reorganize some of the tools I haven't used in a while, and one of them is definitely my Mink. So let's push this back because we're going to use it again. And I'm going to open this up. I'm going to lift this up off the piece. And don't worry about that because that's just our shim. Now I'm going to lift this up, but I want to make sure that I've got my piece here ready to go. And you know what? I'm going to use my larger scissors just to have a nice cut. I'm going to reveal the adhesive. Okay, so just lift your side up, pull it up, and you can kind of see it there, right? And here's where you could put anything you want on it. Do you see that? It's transferred the adhesive. You could put embossing powder on this. You could put glitter on this. Whatever you're feeling, you can do. So now we're going to go like this, and we're going to run it back through. All right. Now I'm going to push this back, and I'm going to leave the Mink on because I have an idea for my sub greeting as well, or my main greeting. So let's see how this looks on the cardstock. Okay, we'll do our peel and reveal. And look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, that looks fantastic. I love it. For the greeting, I am going to use a very simple Season's Greetings. Okay, I like that. Just place that down. Doesn't matter that it's upside down. Okay, we will add pressure with the shim, and we'll run that through. Peel to reveal, and again, you can see, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Season's Greetings. And I cut. There. And we will run that through. Of the greeting, we'll see. Now I have a pretty little golden greeting. Got a piece of the Schoolhouse Red for my note card, and I trimmed this down to be 3 3/4 wide by 5, so that gives me that nice margin. Foam tape on the back, and then I used one of my label dies to trim my greeting. So we're keeping this really simple. Like that. Get this lined up. That looks nice. Okay. I love the Simon rulers that have the lip, right? Because you can use this to make sure that you are pressing it exactly where you want it to be. Take off the backers. These are the Simon foam squares. These are the thicker ones, not the thinner, in terms of the loft. And we will do the old liquid glue trick. Put a little dab of Connect glue on the back just to give us a little time before we commit. And then all you do, press your ruler down, and you're going to go against the lip and against the ruler like that. And that way you know you are straight on the card panel like that. I just thought the red would be really nice. And you know what? I'm not going to add any more to this because I really do think just that shine, look at how pretty that is. And again, that's with the heat transfer. You can do it with pressure as well, but that is the finished card. I'm going to move on and do one more card with the foil before we go on to something else. So we'll do that next. For the next card, I went ahead while I had the Mink out and took another one of the images from the transfer, and I used the green foil on this. Now I'm going to crop this down, get that in the center like this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this panel down. So the finished size of this panel is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Now I want to plan a greeting, but I also want to come up with a embellishment for the wreath that I think would look nice. So I'm going to attempt to stamp Holiday Wishes right here in the center. And I think I'm going to try to fussy cut it. I'm sure there are coordinating dies for this, so that is something that if you love this kit, you can usually find a way to get the coordinating dies. I had a lot coming out there. And I'll take my Versamark pad and we'll ink this up. Okay. Bring it down and use my press tool to transfer that ink. Lift it up. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. I think I'll just do a little light tap like that. Now let's add our powder. Paper here to catch it. And again, this is the Fine Detail White from Simon Says Stamp. We'll just sprinkle this on. Let that sit. Tap that off. That looks pretty good. I'll just brush away the excess. I will brush away the anti-static powder and then I'll just go ahead and take my scissors and fussy cut the greeting. So that is my fussy cut greeting, and that is not bad, right? I think that looks pretty good. And my idea is to put it at the base of the wreath. And we'll just get this lined up with a generous margin here. And we'll just pop you down like that. Okay. So we cover up a little of the wreath. This is Lucy's berries, and I'm going to see what would happen. Oh, if I sent them flying. We'll just put a few on here. I'm going to add a few of these to my wreath. See what they look like, just for some extra something. I think that's kind of fun to have this wreath. So I'm going to put on a little music and we're going to add these. I can't high-speed boop for that long, so you're just going to have to think boop in your mind. Sound good? All right. Okay, I'm going to get that other little one out because I didn't like that one in there. But, oh my gosh, look at how pretty that is. You have your shine. You have your greeting. This feels very outside of what I would normally do. But I think that's really, really cool. This would have also been good just with white and maybe just like some sort of gold or silver powder. But that is my finished card project. Okay, we're going to move away from foil and we're going to continue. For the next card, I'm going to do something simple, maybe. I want to use that. In place, I'm going to take anti-static powder, really powder that up. Now I will ink up. And we will bring it down. And I've got a very strange light on my hand. Still learning the studio space. All right, how does that look? Looks good. And tap that off. And I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and brush all this off and then we'll melt the powder. So cute. Look at how vintagey that is. I think I got it all. All right, I'm going to go ahead, take my scissors and fussy cut this out. I have fussy cut my greeting and I actually think that looks really nice. And now it is time to create something with this gorgeous embossing folder. I may trim it more, but for now, we're going to put it here. Right, it doesn't matter which side it's on because we're gonna see how it works. So I have my cardstock here, and I want to show you the sandwich that I am trying out today because I was told this will work great with the Simon 3D embossing folders. So I have a clear Gemini plate, okay? This is just one that I just opened. I have my Gemini shim. I have a shim of cardstock. This is 110 pound, and then I have this, and that's what we're gonna run through. So let's take a look. Well, now we do have branches at different levels, okay? So we've got that, and that is going to be my panel for this particular card design. I might even trim it down just a little bit more. I went ahead and I actually trimmed this down to be 5 by 3 1/4 because I wanted to see a bit more of the red note card. And here I've got my foam tape also right on the back of my greeting. Oh, careful now. And I'm just going to pop this down right into the center of this card. And I actually think something like this is so simple, but let's see, are we in the right place there? Yeah, I think that's good. All right. And now all we have to do is add a little bit of shine. So let me grab some sequins. And to finish off this card, I've just got some majestic confetti here. Just the nice flat sequins that I love. And it just adds a little shine. So we'll go like that. Boop. Boop. And a little bit of a tuck. Boop, like that. And 3 more at the bottom. Little boop, boop, and 1 more there. Just like that. And that is the finished card project. I think this is so simple, right? You've got your little suggestion of wintry leaves, the fir branches, and this cute little vintage greeting. I think that is super fun. All right, moving on. I have one more idea for a card, and I want to do something with this Merry and Bright. I guess we can just come up here like this, right? And we're going to pick it up. Make sure that I keep everything where it needs to be. Okay. Like that. Now I'm going to ink it up with Versamark. And bring that down and press to transfer. Okay, bring it down and transfer the ink. Fine detail white. I'm going to do a little emboss resist. Okay, like that. You can see that there where it kind of catches. All right, I just want to make sure that I got everything melt. Oh, I missed one little spot. Nope. Sometimes you just have to kind of tilt it in the light and see, like, where is it not shining? All right, now we're going to do some ink blending. So I started ink blending and my computer decided to stop recording. So all I'm doing is taking some of my lumberjack plaid and we're going darker at the bottom and then lighter at the top, just to create a little fade, just a little. Okay, so lighter at the top and darker at the bottom. Like that. And then I'm going to take a cloth and just wipe it away to reveal the nice bright white greeting. All right, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Take a little bit off the top here like that. And I will come here and just cut at the bottom. Well, do I want to go that way? Let's see. Yeah, I kind of do because I need to see where we are cutting, and I think this is going to be just fine, like that. All right, so that is a strip for my card. Might take a little more off the top too. You know what? I might do that with the smaller. Well, yeah, here's what we're gonna do. Come in here, line that up. There we go. All right. So just a nice wide band. I could deepen that a little, and I might actually, just so it's a little darker right there. Moving on. Before I move on, I thought it would be kind of fun to have a couple little splotches of water on here, like a couple little drip drops. So I'm just using my little half-cocked distress sprayer just for that. That's a little fun, right? That just adds a little more interest to the piece. Okay, what I'm going to do is take this beautiful image, but I am just going to stamp it and emboss it in white on opposite corners. Now, I don't know how this is going to work like I think it is? It needs to be about there because again, we're just framing it. Although now I kind of feel like, what if I just did something more like that? Then we have a little prettiness on either side. Boy, it's hard to know because it's just so beautiful. All right, how about, oh gosh, okay. 1 inch there. And I'm using my larger Misty for this because, you know, yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop you here at the 2, well, I'll put it right there at that mark. Okay, now we're staying in place. Okay, pick you up, and I'm only gonna stamp it once, right? I'm not gonna do it multiple times because I feel like it's just for texture, like that. Let's take our Versamark pad. Oops, I guess we go more on the inside, don't we? I feel like I need to get, I don't know. Am I doing 6 cards today? Now I've lost track. Sometimes when you have a kit that's this fun, I just want to keep making red and white cards. Isn't that crazy? It's like all kind of the same color palette, which is neat. Oh, and I barely touched any more of the pattern paper. Well, that'll have to change. Okay, pick it up, then go back here and put it right at the 2. And here I really don't have to, I don't have to magnet it down because we know what we're doing. We're just gonna stamp this down for some texture. Like that. Okay. Transfer. Give it some good pressure. Like that. All right, and now I'm going to try to see if I can, well, I can barely see where any of the stamped images are, but let's get this out of the way. Please, if I have to move my clothespin, I will. We're just going to cover the whole thing, see what we got. Okay. And let it slide. Okay. Okay, I think I was mostly in the right place. See how it shows up now? So now I've got this lovely sort of tone on tone. I have this beautiful white texture. It's just sort of tone on tone. I don't know if it's going to look very dramatic when you're seeing it on camera, but it's so pretty as just a nice little light way to bring in some interest. So let me get a note card prepared so we can finish this card. All right, I've gone ahead and created my 5.5 by 4.25 landscape note card. And again, I've got that beautiful, just kind of surprise texture. It doesn't show up as well under the lights here, but we'll go like that. And we'll just add tape runner to the back. I want to get all those edges. Oh, I just rolled that right over my finger. Just like that is good enough. And press into the corner like that. And then I have quickly added this panel with all its lovely shine here. Then I have this little friend, and we're going to pop this here as well. The Score Buddy is great for so many things, including this, which is just mounting something onto a panel. So I'm going to take a little bit of liquid glue here, just so I have a little playtime before it completely adheres. Is just press it right there to be in the center and drop it. Actually, I think it needs to come up just a tiny bit. There we go, like that. And it is a perfect fit for the front of my card with the beautiful surprise shine, the top and the bottom. To finish this off, the same silver sequins, the confetti style, and we'll just add them to the card. Boop. Now you could step this up if you wanted to. You could splatter, do little splatters on the white card base, or you could even lightly ink blend around and have an emboss resist as well with some pretty color. But I just wanted to keep it very simple with my greeting in the center being the star. And that's the finished card project. So again, hard to see. There's that little bit there. Oh, it's so pretty because it just adds this little element of texture. And I love how that card turned out. All right, let's take a look at all the cards we created today. Here's a look at all of the completed cards, and there's definitely a red and white vibe going on. We go to our first card, and I barely scratched the surface of the pattern paper, so I cannot wait to dive into a little bit more of that, but I actually think this is my favorite card today. I love it so much. All right, then we went into our little Santa with his felt beard or whatever that, velour, velvet. Oh, look how fun that is. A little blend, little clear embossing powder to give that a little texture. Then we moved into our shiny goodness, and look at that. So simple, right? And I did keep these very simple, but I love how that turned out. Oh, so good. So fun. Okay, and then this card, Holiday Wishes. Look at that fun wreath with that gorgeous foil, simple greeting, the white on white note card. I think that would look actually really good with the envelope that comes in the kit. And then we have our embossing folder, which usually I go far more to town with the embossing folders, but this is just a really elegant and simple backdrop to this vintage greeting. And I think that turned out really fun as well. And the final card, just a simple Merry and Bright emboss resist with a little water and then that little surprise of the white embossing on white cardstock. And that's it. Those are the cards. So I hope this inspires you today to check out the latest card kit from Simon Says Stamp. I will have links to the kit itself. I will have links to the kit itself and to our subscription program below in the YouTube description box. You can also check out my blog post that has lots of photos that you can look at and get a closer look at the cards, and more information can be found there. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you back here with more card projects soon. If you like this type of card kit unboxing video, check out 2 more of these that I have done recently, and I will put them in the thumbnails below, and I'll see you in those videos.